Sure, you get sending them to different parts of the world where so many of them don't even come back. So many of them have ended up in jails all over the world. So whenever they get stopped in Nigeria, they're actually doing them a favor. But now that the drug lord is coming, all they have to do is to infiltrate everywhere. It will become a normal thing. If you don't belong to the carcass, you are not going to get your own drug smuggled. Are you with me? Let me show you another part of that video.
Oh.
Now, let me explain something to you. For everybody, everyone watching me right now. You know, every time I keep telling you that sometimes, or in fact, maybe all the time, we should try and stop trying to convince people not to do bad things or not to promote horrible things simply because they have the freedom to, and then they have the urge to support bad thing. That we should stop trying to convince people from doing that. We should start telling people the consequences of actions and inactions of everyone. Letting people know that just the same way if you choose that, you are not going to, if there's a poison in this cup, you know, if you drink it, you're going to die. So there's no point in you drinking it to find out. So if you let people know the consequence of that, maybe they won't drink it. But if they drink it, you are also giving them a chance to what? Not blame anybody but themselves. I have come to realize that there are so many things that make Nigerians to support evil, even when they think it's not that evil. They know it's evil, but they'll tell you it is between the devil and the deep blue sea. So they choose this or they choose that in Nigeria. The consequences of your action, good or bad, it's not going to be limited to the people you don't like. Do you understand? Okay, put it this way. For those of you who are promoting this kind of crooked criminals who have now carried out a state capture, right? Promoting them and defending them. If, according to you, if whatever they want to do comes out very good, right? Normally it will be for everyone, Abi. Nothing good will come out of them. It will be for everyone. But to you, if something good comes, you will see it. But those who don't like them, those who don't support them, anything good, anything bad that they are wishing the people or the government or the politicians, they will be the only one who suffer them. That is very, very ignorant of you. In fact, it's actually very stupid. everybody will have a share and taste of bad governance or bad government, whether you are supporting them or you are not supporting them. So you should have that very clear. Nigeria has gotten to a stage whereby you have a lot of people. You say, they say they are killing all these terrorists. Well, where are they getting people? Where are they getting the people that are still ready to go and join Boko Haram? Like, how could you say you want to go and join Boko Haram when you know they can kill you? Why would you say you want to go and join Kiniko? Because you know they can kill you. Now, all of you are not paying attention if you are feeling like that. Or should I say, anybody feeling like that or saying that is not paying attention. You see, using number now, Nigeria currently have 43% or 45% officially, 45% unemployed people. People who are just like, they do whatever they can just to get by. They can be your gardener, they can be your this, just to get by. They call those ones underemployed. Young people who are in their teens, 20s, and in their 30s, they are currently trapped in that poverty bracket or basket created by the failed government, the economy, and all of that. So young people take the chunk of that 43% unemployed people. So think about it this way. They have no opportunities. Some of them have decided to be doing hookup, runs girls, ashewo, just to get by. That's how they have been running and then maintaining their family. Some of them are doing that to even run the entire family. Pay house rent, feed their father, feed their mothers, and pay school fees, their own school fees and every other thing that they need in the house. That is from the poverty bracket. Some of them have turned to fraudulent activities, Yahoo, and all those things there. And it has gotten to a stage whereby young people, they are now doing what they call the money ritual. They are now using the pants and sanitary pad of their girlfriends looking for money. They are all within the bracket of that poverty, base or demography that this their government created. You are seeing thousands upon thousands of young people in northern Nigeria getting recruited into terrorism, and they are being armed, drugged, because the market is there. They are poor. Whatever is offered them in whatever part of Nigeria they come from, they go along with it. Nigeria became a lawless country that if you are working, you have to be vigilant. Anything can happen to you. If you are driving, you need to be very vigilant because anything can happen to you. That is because of the poverty basket they have created. So if you are wondering, where are all these coming from? They are coming from what they created. So do you think they are going to find it difficult to recruit people to carry drugs from different airports in Nigeria? Now that the real drug dealers, money launderers, fraudsters, terrorists and co, militants and co, and people who don't give a damn about you, they don't give a damn about anybody. Now that they're going to be in charge in an already corrupt, compromised country, the calamity can best be imagined. So young people who are desperate to get out of poverty, now they will be handed different visas. Some of them will be handed different passports from Ghana, from Guinea-Conakry. Here you get. Let me show you what call you out to say about that when it comes to the recruitment of young people into crime.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
So yes, hopefully, Kolu will recruit 50 million of you from that unemployment pool, so that you won't end up in the hands of drug pushers that are going to begin to recruit a lot of you now. Young girls, would you like to go to Dubai? Let's send you on an holiday to Dubai. If you go to Dubai, we'll give you 10 million naira spending money. But you have to deliver a package for us. And that package is just some clothing and all that, okay? For my friend, once you get there, I'll give you the address. You take it to that hotel. That's all. And then you get a 10 million naira spending money. A lot of you will jump at it, Abi. Go like Odigba. You may never come back again. Now, this whole thing, these stories, sad stories are going to be popping up. And a lot of you are going to come back and blame it on people who don't like them. It's not about liking or not liking them. It is the fact that what they represent is dark. And it's not even being made up. This is from their own track record. What people can find. Here you get. But in this whole thing, the lives of the people, lives of millions of people is at stake. You know that. I know you don't care if you are a Lagos Abobaku, but your own life may even be your own life too is at stake. Whether you are living abroad. Maybe one day you won't go back home to go and flex over the Lagos Abobakus, home-based Lagos Abobakus. The humbled slaves and then the sophisticated morons. You like to go back home in your new car, in that your newly completed house, Abi. Your life is also probably going to be at stake too. Nobody is spared. My life is also going to be at stake. The consequences of all of this is not limited to them. Ask those who have paid the supreme price under Bokwari. Majority of them probably didn't even support them. Some of them probably didn't even participated in your elections. Some of you were not like you are even abroad. Everyone is a victim. Depends on your own kind of a coping mechanism when you try to pretend that everything is all right until Nigeria happened to you. See, I just heard that there are over 5 million Nigerians in Sudan. And Nigeria is not alarmed. Let me tell you something. As many of you love to go and live in, some of us from the South, we love to go and live in America, to go and live in, UK, Canada, and all those fancy destinations, Europe. In northern Nigeria, their lovely, better destination have always been Saudi Arabia. If you know the number of Nigerians living in Saudi Arabia, some of you will begin to kind of have a rethink sometimes when you push evil in Nigeria without actually thinking that you have your peers in other places. In Sudan, they said over 5 million. In Chad, there are over 2 million. In Niger Republic, Nigerians well, we can't even know the difference because Buhari is from Niger and is your president. So anyway, they say in Niger Republic, there are more than 1 million that are from northern Nigeria living in Niger. They are Nigerians. So. And they're like that everywhere. Me, I'm a Yoruba man. I can testify that there are Yorubas who are living in Egypt. In their numbers, so I may not have number. There are Yorubas who are living in Saudi Arabia. And that is where they have their family. These ones are like living. They are living, working. They are resident. They are living, working, doing business there. Like normal. The same way you are living in America. The same way you are living in London. In the UK. The same way you are living everywhere you are right now watching me. If you go to UAE, you will see Nigerians there. You think they all just go to Dubai for holiday. In their millions too. Well, maybe not millions. I don't know. I don't have the figure. I have that of Sudan. Sure, you get 5 million Nigerians. Sudan has been up in smoke for weeks now. Nigeria is not alarmed. You know what they will say? I told you something about empathy. One of the things that Nigeria seems to have lost. Thank you very much, Olori Charity Oshunlaja. Very kind of you, man. I like that super chat. Thank you. There are millions everywhere. So when it is like what you have in America, you know the massive population of Nigerians in America, like that. Let's say America is now kind of having this apocalyptic Sudan in America. Expectedly, you would expect Nigeria to swing into action and begin to offer Nigerians who are willing to go back. Now, listen, this is not like everybody must go back. No. They don't have to evacuate 5 million. Because most of them, that's where they have their life. That's where they have their family. That's where they have their children. And it was because Nigeria is Nigeria. That's why they left. Whether they are northerners or whether they are southerners, but they are still Nigerians, Abi. Sudan has been going up in smoke. Bow. There was no response from Nigeria. In fact, there were no news in Nigeria reporting what they are facing in Sudan. Like a place where you have almost 5 million, you have about 5 million people. Shouldn't that be a big news in Nigeria? Where Nigerians who are schooling in Sudan, they put their number at over 800,000 Nigerians are schooling in Sudan. 800,000 students, young people. And it's not a big news in Nigeria that whatever they are passing through, discuss with them, what's the plan for them, nothing, you are on your own. Now that the whole thing has gone south, they are now offering. When everybody started screaming, why are you not doing anything? We are Nigerians. They are killing us. They are shooting us on the street. They are killing us in our homes. Why are you abandoning us? They said they should remain inside their houses or go to anywhere safe. Now, the news is that they are going to try and evacuate all of you. If you are watching me from Sudan, I empathize with you. I sympathize with you. But as usual, we can only scream like this and pray that you get the help that you desperately need. Remember Ukraine last year? Do you? Nigerians got trapped too. The story was horrible. And again, it is happening in Sudan as we speak. Nigeria, the giant of Africa, has no national airline. They have no airline of their own, but they have private jets. In the presidency of Nigeria, Bokwari, that's a Buhari and his family, they have access to 11 aircrafts. That is, they have access to about 8 private jets. They call them presidential jets. And 4 different shoppers. They call them presidential shoppers or the police shopper. Now, let's take the shoppers out. The presidential jet is jet, so probably couldn't take much passengers, right? But a country that has all of that and has no single national carrier. The Nigeria Air, this would have been the best time for Nigeria Air to be patriotic, So whereby, before now, they would have offered. See, Americans have been telling their people to leave for the past 2 weeks. Leave Sudan, leave Sudan. When they realized that the whole thing escalated faster than expected, they pulled the seal, Navy SEAL. You know those people way buying Osama bin Laden. They are in Sudan to evacuate all the diplomats and the Americans that they can get. Constant convoy. Constant convoy. Convoy of almost 60 armored vehicles. Why they have their Navy SEAL aircraft at the tarmac in Khartoum, ready to lift. And they've lifted a lot of people out of Sudan. So have other countries too. But in Nigeria, it is so late. Boko Haram haven't said anything about it. It's not a biggie to them until when they felt like, okay, they should set up committee. Now committee will need money. So the committee now came out and they said, oh, we are going to evacuate you by land. I told you, I said, listen, don't join anybody that says, oh, we are running to the border. If you run to the border, it will be like Libya. If you end up in the hand of a different terror group in Sudan, and they'll begin to call your family to send ransom money, like they are doing to people in Libya. So stay where you are until you have something official. And what they are saying right now is that officially, they are going to evacuate you to Egypt. So if you are watching me from Sudan, the news, I know you must have received the news, okay? So I don't know what to tell you, but they say they are going to take you to Sudan. And someone called Allen Onyema, the man that is the owner of Hairpiece. An Igbo man, say it loud and clear, an Igbo man that is managing a very, very prosperous, put it that way in Nigeria context. So I know I'm not promoting like campaigning for them or something, no. But from record, EPC has been the only airline in Nigeria owned by somebody in Nigeria, a Nigerian, an Igbo man, that has been volunteering his aircrafts to evacuate Nigerians from troubled zones all over the world, free of charge. I mean, this is not somebody who does it with committee, that you come back later and read that they paid him, they spent 40 billion to bring Nigerians from Sudan. Are you with me? Free of charge. Okay, maybe not totally free of charge. But you know what I mean? Like, he's been there. He's been the one who, and Nigeria has over, do you know that Nigeria have over 500 private jets on their tarmac, owned by governors, senators, you know what I mean? Governors' wives, you know, former president, former ministers in Nigeria right now. The way you always kind of cruise with all your vehicles, latest vehicles, latest cars, your machine, to go to that your paddy's wedding. Now, so that they pack private jets in Nigeria when they are going for wedding, these politicians in Nigeria. But there is nothing patriotic about any of them. But an Igbo man that are going to, that comes from a part of Nigeria that has been receiving all the blames of the failure of those who have been ruling Nigeria. Why they failed is because the Igbos are not supporting them. The Eastern Nigerians are not playing a politics of national deeds. And then you look around, you realize that the people that have been playing the politics of national politics, United Nigeria politics and all that nonsense, the areas have been living in abject poverty too. I'm so serious. Somebody said that how could the oil-producing states, the Niger Delta, where you are producing the oil, far away in the east, doesn't have any single office or headquarters for the oil companies that are taking their oil. But right there in Lagos, you have all the headquarters of the oil companies. far away from where they are taking the oil. Sure you get. So yeah, it is, it is an aberration anyway. Something like will keep you asking if you are a real Nigerian. Like, what's a Nigerian? Who is a Nigerian? What is real Nigerian? What's your citizenship? Just to shout patriotic. Let's be patriotic and all of that. Anyway, Onyema has offered that if they can provide him easy passage, if you find your way to Egypt, you can find your way to Nigeria, back to your family. And that, I think that's something cheerful a bit, right? Because the likes of Tinubu and gang, they are already drinking the Kool-Aid and giving you the reasons why you have to support Kolu, or else you must be an Igbo, or your blood is stained. Another xenophobic agenda that they will kind of disguise as a Yoruba agenda, but God willing, sparing our lives, we will ensure that that is completely debunked. It won't have a life of its own. Now, here is another one too. Some of them were already coming down to that part where, reality was set in. All of the paparazzi, the immunity they enjoy. The time is coming that they would have to kind of do without them. And sometimes they pretend to be remorseful. Like, I apologize if you feel like everything I have done. Like Bokuwari, like Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, is apologizing too. Don't worry. That's what he's saying in this video, even if you don't understand it.
Wa'adina ya zo na mulkin jihar Kano. Ina yi muku ban kwana kuma ina yi muku fatan alheri, kuma waɗanda muka ɓatawa dama babban malami ya faɗi muhimmancin yafiya. To ni na yafi. Da abin da wani ya faɗa game da ni na yafi kowane ni ma kuma yana da kuma yafi.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking them.
Gandola, the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, apologizing and seeking forgiveness for whatever he's done wrong to the people of Kano and everybody. Please forgive me. And you're going to see more of that. Forgive us, Edarijiwa, Eweori, Jilaja, and all those, stuff. I have, hang on, what video is this? Right. So, and while I was like, roaming the these streets, I saw this. It happened in Lagos yesterday when the flooding that happened in Lagos yesterday made the Loma, no, they no be Loma, they be Lasma. They had to use their hand to see if they could like make a passage for the water and people could pass. It didn't work. So normally there should be an alert that says, please don't pass this road. There's there's water log on the road and all that. But again, it happens, and mega shitty with all blocked drainages, where people will tell you, yeah, well, flooding, they happen for your own UK there, Nimayegu. Of course, flooding happens, yeah. But you don't want to compare that kind of a flood and all that with, that kind of flooding with what you have in Nigeria. Anyway, call it natural disaster. I hope you know that they are already warning you. Remember what happened last year when a Cameroonian dam was opened? Remember that dam they opened last year? And you remember those who died, those who lost their property. Some of you probably actually know one or two people who survived that flooding, right? They are warning you again. So there will be no kind of a barrier or anything, or another dam kind of built to take in the water like we discussed last year. So again, do not compare flooding with another flooding, okay? Or flood with flood. Not this way. Anyway, thank you very much for tonight. So what let me see. Have I forgotten anything I haven't really discussed? All right. That part where they are insisting. Okay, let me touch that before we take a break, okay? See, Kolu is back in Nigeria now, all right? And let's hope there will be no emergency that they will have to take him out of Nigeria again before the May 29. But before the May 29, there are things going on, okay? The tribunal is going to sit soon. And when the tribunal starts, it's going to start unveiling and revealing so many things. And it's going to be a different vibe generally. But I can tell you this, that even up till now, they are still doing everything to make sure that people with petitions withdraw them, especially Obi. Atiku and Anko, they are also like dusting up too. So this whole legal battle is not like the usual way of Atiku versus Tinubu. No, it's not like Atiku versus Obi versus Tinubu versus INEC. Do you understand? So it's a different ball game entirely. So they want to make sure that the whole thing actually get crushed and then kind of doesn't get to the court. But it seems that there's no way it won't. There is no way the tribunal is not going to be messy. Now, if anybody is telling you that it's just about going to court, no, it's going to be messy. It's going to be really, really, really messy. Now, being messy is something that they want to try to avoid. Therefore, they are now pushing the agenda of, see, Obi is making the Igbos to lose their chance in being part of Nigeria. As if to say there are no Igbos in APC. As if to say there are no Igbos that are part of Tinubu's election. As if to say there is no Igbo in Tinubu's family. Tinubu has Igbos in his family. He has Igbo blood in his family, right? But nevertheless, when they want to push that Igbo have to be this or Igbo have to be that, now they are banking it on somebody who is accusing Tinubu of stealing his election, is stealing an election. So they're now saying that Peter Obi is now becoming selfish. He is not thinking about the Igbos in Nigeria. If he continues to fight and say he wants to take his mandate, it's going to hurt the Igbos in Nigeria. This is the agenda they are pushing now. That his case is just going to make the Yorubas to hate the Igbos more, which is not true. Tinubu and his miscreants and street urchins are the people who have their agenda, and now them want one Nigeria the way they are projecting it. Deal with them. The Yorubas rejected them. Even in Lagos, they were rejected in Lagos. Remember that and don't ever confuse them together. So, and I want you to know that if their pressure of pushing the Igbo, hang on, this pressure being pushed to make Obi feel like he's carrying the weight of Igbo's lives in Nigeria, and if they want Nigeria and Tinubu's government, or supposed government of Nigeria, if they want Tinubu's government to favor the Igbos, Peter Obi must withdraw his case from court. Chimaroke Nnamani, the disgraced former governor, former senator from Enugu, disgraced by the angry young people, the obedient, is leading the charge of blackmailing. I know is irrelevant to some of you. Were like, but I'm just letting you know that this is ongoing. And when you listen or hear them in public, imagine what they are not saying in public. Imagine those who are actually not speaking in public. Do you know something? Tinubu has listed those he named in his transition committee. So when you want to change government, you would have the people in government that want to hand over to the people who want to come into government. So you will appoint people. So the people in government, they will be sharing information about what the government is doing. Finance, even security. They'll be sharing them with the committee that is representing the incoming so that they can have smooth transition. So usually this transition of a thing is also going to be a reflection of those who are likely going to be in government. Sure, you hear me? Because if you are part of the committee that is going to work on transition, and you have access to what Bokwari is doing and his government, what DSS is doing, what Nigeria Army military they are doing, all this information, you have access to them. You will process them, and then you advise the incoming president, Abi. So if you have access to those information, does that not mean that you are going to be part of that government? So when Tinubu listed the names, there is no single Igbo in that list. And do you know something? Like I told you before, that as bigoted as Bokwari is, you are all going to look back and say, Omo Buhari is better. You will see bigotry. You will see nepotism. You will see impunity. You will see things that you believe that they are not supposed to happen. They will give they have made it clear they don't like the Igbos. Despite the fact that having Igbos around them, Joe Igbokwe went on social media to go and complain. You know Joe Igbokwe? Joe Igbokwe is the special advisor to Sanwo-Iku on gutter cleanings, toilet cleaning, waste bin disposal, as well as environment. They call it environmental sanitation officer. Is the ones advising Sanwo-Iku about how dirty Lagos is. And wherever it feels like they should shovel or dig, Joe Igbokwe will gather people, give them shovel, and they will begin to clean gutter in Lagos, so serving the fatherland. And it's been like that for years. So Joe Igbokwe was surprised that no Igbo is listed in Tinubu's transitional committee. Who wrote the name? How come? Which consultation you do? It can't go Facebook, they lament. Now so the Lagos Abobakus, they bombarded him. Ogbeni Joe Igbokwe, we dey watch you since, You are one of the Igbos who is benefiting from Ashiwaju, and you cannot even talk to your people. Your people don't like Ashiwaju. You want to come here now and be asking for Igbos to be part of Ashiwaju's government, Abi. If you like say you dey craze Joe, then be friends, they call him leader. Lagos Abobakus, they call Joe Igbokwe leader. My leader. On social media, Joe Igbokwe said, how come no Igbo is in Tinubu's? They say, shut up your mouth, Joe. See, you, Joe, we are still watching you. You will need to go back to Anambra. Every Igbo, every Easterner to this Lagos Abobaku is from Anambra. And you may think they are not educated to know that every Igbo is not from Anambra. They are educated, they know. But when you have people that have been brainwashed in that way, because they know that they could be rewarded, they hope they will be given something. And therefore, every Igbo in Nigeria is from Anambra. Joe Igbokwe, go back to Anambra. You are here shouting that Tashiwaju, you are even a traitor. We know that you are one of the people who are going to... all of that nonsense. Somebody now ask, hello, all of you, make I ask you now. This one an innocent question, though. If you are watching me on TikTok, say you dey listen. This one is innocent question. All of you who are Igbos, because you have Igbos who are APC members in Imo State. You have Igbos in Ebonyi. They are APC members. You have Igbos who are also APC members in other Igbo states. Yes, you know why people don't want to associate with APC in Igbo land. But all of you who are living in that denial, that, oh, Buhari love the Igbo people. Now some of our people no one like Igbo. They don't like Fulani. Now some of our people don't like this. Our people are so ignorant. Our people are so stupid. Our people are so Shebi, they don't give you appointment, Abi. Abi, you don't they collect your own share, Abi. Now, despite the fact that you did APC, be honest, how do you feel when you see the gathering of Yorubas who are APC, and they are trashing Igbos, and they are saying all horrible things about the Igbos, and they are planning to attack Igbos, and they are attacking Igbos, and they are killing Igbos? How do you feel? Like, on an innocent question now, sincere question. Do you just pretend that you don't know it's happening? Or do you just tell yourself that they deserve it? Don't worry. Bokwari was able to kind of put some of you behind his ass. A lot of you have licked that ass, that diarrhea ass of Bokwari, that the stench, the rot that came out of Bokwari's ass that you have licked so many times. They have become so obvious that all of your behavior, all of you that are women, you are stinking of your hypocrisy. How do you feel? Because if I be Yoruba man, if I am a Yoruba man, and I am supporting a party that is doing evil in Nigeria, and people rejected them, and somehow, I still feel like the people inside the party go, that they tell me who I be. All of you, this Igbo. All of you, Igbo, this. How do you feel? Do you just pretend that it's not happening? Okay, I may never get an answer. But maybe you'll tell me someday how you feel. Joe Igbokwe has been crying since yesterday. You see, some of you too, who are Igbos in APC, who are witnessing all these things that people are talking about, and you are telling yourself that it's because your people don't like them and all of that, choking you, I actually fear for your mental health, though. Some of you are pretending to be happy. You are on social media. You are mocking people. You are Igbo, okay? You are Igbo. Yes, you are a Biafran. You are on social media. You are laughing at people because, Ashiwaju is going to Ashiwaju conquered every day, all of them. Ashiwaju is a lover of everybody. APC is not what people are saying. I really fear for your mental level. Some of you are suffering from some serious depression behind the scene. And the only way to keep yourselves kind of happy is to seek validation on social media. Validation everywhere. So that some Yorubas can come and say, hey, look at you. I never believed that there is an Igbo that will be so honest. Igbos, some people come here, some people have accused me of that. They said, Mayegun, you are doing all of this because you want the Igbos to like you, Abi. They are ignoring all the facts I am presenting. They are ignoring the crimes that their criminal leaders are perpetuating. They are ignoring all the presented facts that the Igbos are targeted in Nigeria. They are endangered in Nigeria. There is a state-sponsored genocide against the Igbos in Nigeria. There is, in fact, unwritten agreement, right, that the Igbos are not even going to be second-class citizens in Nigeria, right? I don't even know what category they put them. There is unwritten that. And their election in 2023 exposed that. But that's for the Igbos. Their own injustice from Nigeria. But I'm a Yoruba man. I've also listed our own the injustice we are suffering as Yorubas in Nigeria. I don't live in denial of that. So whose validation should I be seeking? The validation of the Shiites. They were slaughtered in Kaduna, in Zaria. And I never stopped talking about them. Because people died. Maybe I was seeking their validation too, so that I can be a Shiite. For a whole year, when Bokwari's government was hunting Nigerians who were like, promoting the hashtag revolution now. And they grabbed Showore, kidnapped him. Maybe I was seeking your validation too. But for those who know Mayegun very well, you know that I know injustice when I see one. And injustice doesn't recognize tribe, doesn't recognize ethnic, it doesn't recognize class. Injustice doesn't recognize tribe, your religion. Injustice will deal with everybody that it wants to deal with, whether you support it or you are against it. So the best thing is that the more you are against it, the likelihood of stopping an injustice and bring a decorum. But you, Igbo, that you are witnessing the real thing. And this is not even like what people say about APCO. Like what APC are saying about Igbos. They are saying it about you. And you are trying to make some people who don't actually like you. They said it. See, people who rule Nigeria. Let me give you this story. Nigeria is how many years old now? In October, Nigeria is going to be 63 years old. Now, a 63-year-old country. Now, in history, those who have ruled Nigeria, out of that 63 years, when Bokwari finish next month, that would then mean Northerners have ruled Nigeria for 47 to 48 years out of 63. The rest of that 63, you have the Westerners, the Yorubas, as well as the Ijaw nation, which is the Niger Delta. There has never been any Igbo president, whether in a military, whether in a diso. There's never been any Igbo president in Nigeria. Now, if you then begin to look at what Nigeria has become today, and you want to put the responsibility on the shoulders of those who had the opportunity of making Nigeria better, united, progressive, and developed, right? And failed. And they left us with, nepotism. They left us with religious fanaticism. They left us with ethnic jingoism. Divided as ever. Then you will have to put the blame on the Hausa Fulani, as well as the Yoruba, as well as the Ijaws. Now, if you put all of these people together, they are those who have had a chance, a shot in making Nigeria better, but they failed. There's no Igbo. But every problem in Nigeria, if you don't blame it on an Igbo man, blame it on the Igbos that are dead, the ones that died. Blame them. And then punish the ones that are alive for that blame. So you, an Igbo man, want to now say you are seeing blue, you are calling it black. They should check your mental health. Because a lot of you, I don't know how you feel. Because any small slight like this, they will tell you where you belong. Ask Joe Igbokwe. Joe Igbokwe has lived his life, almost all his life in Lagos. Like many, many Igbos, too, that were born, generational Igbos in Lagos. They ganged up, they attacked Igbos, they profiled them because of election of Tinubu in that same Lagos. Joe Igbokwe joined them in blaming the Igbos. He said, my people do too much because they want to come and he joined the propaganda. Then he thought he's part of the team. You know that thing where you go believe say you be part of the team, but you are not. You know even the reserve list. They go tell you where you belong. Wait in the coming days. So Tinubu, they say, why would Tinubu appoint Igbo into his transitional government? Why? They were asking Joe Igbokwe, Joe, why should Tinubu, despite knowing that the Igbos don't support him, why should Tinubu appoint Igbos? Tinubu want to rule Nigeria. So that when he finally say, Mr. Ben Akabueze, Minister of Planning, they say, you see, they said Tinubu don't like Igbo, so see Ben Akabueze. Ben Akabueze is now the Minister of Planning. Tinubu gave Igbos. Tinubu gave 3 ministers to Igbos. So they said he didn't like Igbos. So shut up your mouth and drop it. You're not dealing with dumbos anymore. Do you know that? The ones that he can do is that is transitional to show to you that he doesn't want any Igbo anywhere near him. He told his own campaign manager, Babashir Lawal, that going to Eastern Nigeria, Igbo land, to canvass for vote is a waste of money, waste of resources when they are doing primaries. He said it. It's on record. But the Constitution of Nigeria says if you want to be president of Nigeria, you must appoint minister from every state in Nigeria. Sure, you know, whether you like it or not. No, he can appoint it. No. He must. But maybe Tinubu will just be like, no, I don't want any Igbo, this, no, can't spoil my government. APC, the Yoruba APC, are already telling the Igbos that they don't want them in Tinubu's government because they may come to Tinubu's government to come and spoil his government. Yes, they are saying it. As if to say there is no single Igbo in APC in Nigeria, yet they have two states, Imo State, Igbo land, Ebonyi State, Igbo land, and there is no single APC from these two states, right? That qualifies. One Nigeria. So they are saying, why would they want to be? I know some of you are already saying, well, we know Igbos also don't want it. I am not talking about whether you want it or not. I'm just telling you to understand what Nigeria is about to venture into. And the better you tell yourselves this truth, the easier for you to accept this truth and possibly stop lying to yourself that Nigeria is redeemable. It's just going to get worse. And it's not because we wish it. It's not because we want it. It is because of the actions of the criminals that are pushing us there. They will take us there. Baby debe. So yeah, the pressure to get Obi to stop and get Igbos to benefit from Tinubu's government, the campaign is now on. You know that Chimaroke Unnamani, or Chimaroke Ummamadni, because normally you just say Chimaroke Ummamad, na madman. So Chimaroke Ummamadni, is now going to be looking for a job. And therefore, he can use the next 1 month to convince Kolu that they could get Obi to drop his case. Anyway, whatever they do on the diary, Mayegun will bring that to you. So I'll take calls so that those of you who couldn't like call in yesterday could probably drop yours tonight. But I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea again. I did try to go and make one, but I didn't go back to go and make it. So which means I'm going to go and make it now. And before you leave, we currently have over 3,600 of us on YouTube, which is pretty much good number for tonight. However, we only have about 800 of you who have paid your offerings tonight. Remember, your offering is to like that video. Like the video, share it. And if you can subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, I would just be so much appreciative. If you can, subscribe as well. And also on TikTok, I've got my friends there who are also on TikTok, who are also like, some of them are abusing me. I don't know yet, but I'm not reading. But they are part of this conversation, okay? So you should do what you have to do. Take us to that if we have over 3,000 people, we can get up to 2,500 of you paying your offering. That would be like marking the register. We are here. So don't go anywhere. I will be back to take calls, okay?
Liar.